Yo, 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 what's up? This is John from Judge Innovation Garage in the Peach capital of the state, baby. Boys and girls, I had to go wash my face. Oh, me, oh my, Georgie Porgy Pie in his girlfriend's eye, and that thing swelled shut, and he's still that one-eyed. Woo, let me blow my snarls. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Let's see who we got in here. Reaper John. Reaper John. Man, don't tell me I ain't got no water flavor. I'm done out of another box of water flavor. Hold on, let me see if I can find me a box. Let me see if I can find some water flavor. So you know what that tells me? There's 10 flavors in a box. And I've already drunk 10. So that means I have drank over 10 bottles of water today. I found some, crap, it's fruit punch. Feeling a little punchy today. Feeling a little punchy today. All right, let's catch up. Let's see. What's up, Nathan? What's up, Gary? What's up, Matthew? Carolina? Randy? Henry? Yeah, I drink a lot of water. A lot. There's 32 bottles in a case, and I probably drink a case of water a day. So, what's up, Tulu? No caffeine. I ain't had no caffeine. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everybody's having a great day. I talked to the air conditioner guy today about the air conditioner on the Impala. I'm still on the list on that. Peach iced tea is good too. Does it got no caffeine in it? As long as it ain't got no caffeine in it, I'm good. I'm good. All right. So, how's everybody doing? 40 packs. 40 packs. Last May, 2 days is gone. Yeah. Yeah, so I get, there's 32 bottles in a case of water, and I usually drink about a case. Almost a case of water a day. All right, so let's just get to it. I want you to look at this. Now, let me explain something to you. This QA1 stuff right here is super nice, super nice. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. I know I hadn't been live in a while, and I know my whole algorithm is all jacked up. And it's all right, but I just been doing what I've been doing, and y'all just be careful, because when I'm not online, that means I'm dangerous in the background. All right, so let me show you. So here's the instructions. Look, eggshells. Been eating boiled eggs today too. All right, so here is the instructions on the QA1. Right. Here's all the instructions, all right? This right here is for the emergency brake cable, so we got to put that on. So here is all the instructions, right? All of them. I have went through every one of these instructions, number by number. Right here, look. Number by number, look at this. One through... There's 44. Yeah, 1 through 40. I have went through every one of this. Right? I have went through. So this right here is for. This is for the front system, right? So we have done this. We done this live. We cut all this out. We done all this. We done all that. We done all this mocked up. I drilled all the holes. I done all the holes I needed to draw. I done the notches. I done everything, right? And then I get right here, and then I had to drill more holes. Then you had to put this plate. Then I dropped some shorts on the A-arms. Then there's the A-arms. Then you had to build the A-arms with all the shims and all the bushes and the fangs and all the bolts. Every bit of this, right? I have followed every bit of this to the letter. Every nut and bolt, every number, every shim, every bit of it, right? There's a reason why I keep telling you this over and over. All right, look at this. This is for the power steering rack. So you got a nut, a thick shim, a thin shim, and a thinner shim, and then another shim. Every bit of this, right? A lot of people that put QA1 stuff on, they don't show you all this. They say, oh, look, I got QA1. They don't show you all this mess, right? And then I just kept going. Yeah. You're right, Nathan. Right? And then here's an exploded view of everything, right? I've done every bit of this. And right here, look. Here's the parts list. Description, the call-out number. Call-out. How about that? Here's a call-out number. And then some of these has got asterisks beside them. Well, I couldn't find anywhere in the instructions that had asterisks beside the numbers. So I couldn't find that, but it would say like, right here it say like number 17, right? So you go 17, you look on the sheet for number 17, then you come down here to 17, and it says number 17, part number is 9029-332, studded spindle bump steer, 2 of them. And then you install them, and then you keep going down, and then right here it says spacer steeped 0.345 width. You got 8 of them. Jam nut, steel, 5/8, 18 right hand thread, 4 of them. Right? Right? Not an attack on you, I'm just saying. Oh, yeah. It's not. Here, well, Nathan, hold on a second. I'll tell you here in a Randy. The reason why I'm saying all this is because I'm going to show you something, and you're going to be like me, like, what the hell is that? All right, so just stay with me. Just stay with me. So every bit of this is numbered, right? 48. So when you go, like right here, see 48, you got 48. And then you come over here, or, 28, hex bolt. You got all the numbers, quantity, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 8, 2, all the way down, right? All the way down. Everybody with me, right? Everybody with me, right? So, explain to me. Now, I still got to do the rear end. I don't have the rear end, so there's going to be bolts used on the rear end. But explain to me why I have all this left. Explain to me why I got all these bolts left. Now, this is probably for the rear sway bar. And then explain to me why I have all these lock nuts left over. I have all these bolts left over. I have all these flat washers left over. I have all these flat washers left over. I have all these bolts left over. Now, these are the Carter keys. These is for the castle nut, so I know what those goes for. And these are the shims for the rear coilovers. And these are for the rack and pinion. But explain to me. All right, boys and girls. So, here's the rear. Here's the rear coilovers. I got them put together. Here's the rear sway bar. It's just waiting because I don't have the rear end. The rear end goes right here, right? Well, it can't be that many, but I'm sure it's going to take a little bit, but I don't know. See, all these, I don't know, Nathan. We'll find out, but it's just kind of baffled to me. I got some bolts over here. See right here, this right here is this is the e-brake kit. So this is for the e-brake. This right here is for the rear sway bar, and then here's the U-bolt purchase, and then there's those brackets there. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. We'll find out. So here's the rear. Now these bolts here, that's not the right bolt. I just stuck that in there. So there's a few bolts here and there that's going to get used, but it just baffles me. That's a lot. Look, there's 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. There's 30 nuts, so there's 30 bolts. It's possible all this will get used up, but it's just crazy. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Yeah. All right, so here's the front, boys and girls. Boy, I want y'all to just look. This is super nice, man. Oh, yeah, stay positive. What's up, Craig? What's up, Henry? Yeah, yeah. This right here is crazy. Now, I don't have the front brakes. So I don't have the rotors, the bearings, the calipers. I don't have none of that. That's supposed to be shipping. I don't know when I'm going to get it. And I don't have the rear end. And I do not have the cross member. I have to make a cross member, or he's buying a cross member for the transmission. I don't have that. But everything else, see, there's 2 bolts. So there's 2 that go there. So that's 4. That's 8. So there's 8 right there. There's a few that I haven't got in, but man, I guess it'll all end up being used, but it's a lot. Then the decorative plate, this is the brace on the bottom. I got to put this stuff ain't tight. It's just stuck in there. So the 2 nuts I was telling you about, they go right there. I guess, I don't know. It's crazy. But they'll be used. Let me get my little roller cart so I can sit down. So here's the bump stops. Here's the adjustment. So this is for your cast and camber here. Now this is not the right bolt. I just stuck a bolt in there. Well, no, that is the right bolt because it's fine thread. So you got that. I got the coilovers in. It's nice. It really is. So these are 2.5-inch drop spindles. So these are 2.5-inch drop spindles with these coilovers. Here's the bump stops. Excuse me. Here's the engine mounts. So the engine mounts are in. This is for a 351 modified that is getting stroked out to a 427. So that's that. There's the sway bar. Like I said, none of this stuff is tight. It's just mocked up. Well, none of this is tight because I'm going to have to adjust it anyway. So, and plus, in instructions it says just hand tighten all the suspension until it gets loaded. And what they mean by loaded is they don't want you to tighten all this stuff up hanging in the air, because then it won't settle because it's locked down. So they want you to just finger tight everything. And then once the wheels and tires are on it and I can put it on the floor, then I need the engine in it. So I got all the weight, or I can figure out the weight of the engine and put some stuff in it or whatever, and then preload it and then tighten everything down. Yeah, it's going to be low. It's going to be low. That's for sure. So this is the rack and pinion, which is based off of the Pinto, the Mustang 2. Here's the engine mounts for the 351 modified. So once I get the engine in, I can set the engine in it. And that on that. The sway bar, got the sway bar bolts, got them put in. Got over here, look, even on these little turnbuckles, look, they got QA1 on these little turnbuckles, which is pretty cool. These coilovers have 2 controllers, so these are dual control. The springs on the front are, so the springs on the front are 200 springs. I thought I had them backwards, honestly, because they're 200s on the front and they're 500s on the back. So they're 500s on the back and 200s on the front. So I thought I had those wrong. So I emailed QA1 and they said, no, that's right. 500, the 12HT 500 goes on the rear, and the 12H 200s go on the front. I thought it was a little sideways. Oh, it's on a rod. What? It's on a rod. What are you talking about? That shock absorber looks tiny. What pressure is on it? That shock absorber looks tiny. What's pressure on it? Let me see. It's a rod. I thought it was a little sideways. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, Steve. I don't know what you're talking about. You're not making no sense to me. Maybe make some, QA1 said on a F100 pickup truck, it's the 12HT 200s is on the front springs. The coilovers are the same. So the coilover and the coilovers on the back are the exact same. The only thing's different is the spring rate. The travel's the same and everything. On the box, it's the same part number and everything. So same part numbers on the front is the same part numbers on the back. So that was a little confusion to me. So I emailed QA1 yesterday, and they emailed me back today and said, no, that's correct. The 12 200s go on the front, and the 12 500s go on the rear. He's talking about the Heim joint. I guess. I don't know. This is the sway bar. You talking about the Heim joint? What about the Heim joint? From the left to the bottom, the big spring and the shock absorber. From the left, from left at the bottom of the big spring of the shock absorber. Yeah, this is the sway bar. Yeah, that's the sway bar link. Yeah, these are Heim joints. So that's a Heim joint. This is a Heim joint. These are Heim joints. Yeah. So, yeah. She's going to be something else, boys and girls. He's talking about the steering rack. Oh, yeah. You're talking about this? Yeah, this is the steering rack. This is the power steering unit. And then that's the Heim joint. That's the Heim joint on that as well. I think that is so cool, man. They laser etched that. And then that's pretty much it, boys and girls. Yeah, it's a really nice setup. It really is. It really is a nice setup. And see, QA1 labeled it driver side left, passenger side. You know, they labeled it. They labeled it. So everything went pretty good. The only issue that I had was, let me get down here and I'll show you. Hold on, let me get me some water, and I'm gonna show you the only issue I had. I'm gonna show you. All right, the only issue that I had was, you see this support brace right here? So this bolt right here, so every one of these bolts had powder coat in them, right? So I run the bolt. I put grease on the bolt, and I run the bolt. I put high temperature grease. I couldn't find my anti-seize because I got to get my anti-seize. The last time we used the anti-seize, we was on the 71 Camaro. So I think it's down there in the paint booth, I think. So, and I got to put anti-seize on the barrels of these coilovers so they don't get galded when they get pressure put on them. So I couldn't find the anti-seize, so what I did is I took red high temp bearing grease and I put on the bolt and then I took by hand and I run the bolt up through the insert. And I would just go a little bit and then I'd back off. I'd go a little bit and I'd back off. Somebody's probably gonna say, well, you should have had a tap. Yeah, if Frog had wings, he wouldn't bump his ass when he hopped too. Yeah, I do need a bottom tap. You're exactly right. I needed a tap to chase the threads to clean them up, but I didn't have them. So I put high temp grease on there. See right there? See right there's the grease, you can see it. So I put high temp grease and I just slowly run the bolt in there. I'd go like a quarter of a turn and I'd back up, a quarter of a turn and back up. There was only 3 that was like that. So when I took this bolt and I run it up through there, it was fine. This one was good. This one, and this one was good. This one, and this one was a little gnarly. Besides that, that's the only issue that I had. That's the only issue that I had on that. See right there, let's see that. See they label it passenger right. So yeah, it's nice, man. It's nice. It's nice. It's nice. Set up for a rally, that's a different level. Oh yeah, this thing's gonna be fun to drive. It's gonna be fun to drive. It took me a minute. What's up, Anthony? Been a long time now. Hey man, been in a damn coma. God damn, man. Well, welcome back. He's living with us now, y'all. Who's living with us? What are you talking about, Carl? What are you talking about, Bill? Oh, I mean, what are you talking about, Carolina? So that's the front. I mean, it's really, really nice. So all these holes I had to drill. So there's 6 holes here and then there's 4 on the top. So I had to drill 10 holes on this side and 10 holes on that side. So that's 20 holes. And then I had to drill these 2. So that's 22, 20. So yeah, so what was it? 6 and 4. That's 10, that's 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I had to drill 30 holes up here just on the front alone. 30 holes. And then on the back, I had to drill 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. Had to drill 38 holes on the back alone, 38 holes. And then this right here, I have not drilled the holes for this. So that's going to be 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. So I might end up using all the bolts. This right here measures 10 inches from the center line of this rivet, this rivet. So from here back 10 inches is where you start. But it says do not drill these holes until you mount that. Yeah, hold on, Nathan. Hold on, I'll tell you in a second, Nathan. Hold on a second. So I can't drill for this until I have the rear end because this bolts to the pinion and that bolts to the pumpkin. And then once that's done, then I can mount the sway bar to the bottom of the rear end, and it's no welding. It's all bolt on. There's a bracket. The brackets are over there. I'll go show them to you in a second. The brackets are over there in the corner. I'll go show them to you. And then everything bolts on the rear end, and then there's where the leaf spring used to be, there is a locating bracket that bolts into that gets the pinion angle right. And then in the instructions, it says set the pinion angle at 0, right? It says at 0. So when I put the truck down on its wheels and has the weight on it, which it means 0 when it's loaded. So when it has the bed and the cab and all that stuff. So I'm going to set it at 0 just for the time being. Once it's on a roller, once it's a rolling chassis, I'm going to set the pinion at 0. And then once you set the pinion at 0, get all this stuff where it needs to go. Then I will come back up to here because everything will be plumb and level where it needs to be. Then I will measure from this bolt here back 10 inches, and then I'll put a clamp on this, and that's the starting point. And then I know that the rear end is centered to the bump stop. And then once it's centered in the bump stop, then you set the pinion angle at 0, and then I install the sway bar. I get all that level. We're just going to get it dummy level while everything's just loaded. We're non-loaded. We're going to set it at 0. So we're going to set all this stuff at level, at ground level. Then I will come back up here and drill these holes. Then I'll bolt these because there's 3 on the bottom and 1 here. And then this is all the adjustment for the track bar. So you got an adjustment this way, you got an adjustment this way, and you got an adjustment that way. So this kind of favors the 3rd gen Camaro, honestly. That's what that reminds me of. And then on the sway bar, you got all these links where you can adjust the link bars on the sway bar here, because this will be bolted to the bracket that bolts to the rear end. Then on the back side, if that wasn't enough going on, you got a panhard bar and a track bar. So this bar here goes from this side of the truck to that side of the truck, and then this bar here goes to the rear end. I'll catch up on the comments here in a second. Hold on. So you got that goes like that, and then that comes over, and then that comes over and grabs right there, and then this goes to the rear end, and then these go to the rear end, and here's the brackets. So here's what I was telling you. So here's all the brackets for the rear axle. So there's the locating pin things for them. There's those brackets. There's that. There's your U-bolts. There's these brackets. And then these, you got them cradles. And then all these is going to have bolts in them too. So we're probably going to chew up all them bolts in the rear end. And then here's the sway bar bracket or bolts. And then these right here is for the e-brake. So the e-brake bracket, the e-brake bracket, we took the factory one off here, and here is the one that replaces it. And the pillar block bearing. So this goes here. Oh, me, I done scratched it. So we got more bolts. So we'll probably end up, so that goes like that. And then this goes right there. This is for the emergency brake. And then that bracket right there is the plate for the 2-piece dry shaft. Because this is a long bed, and he's keeping it a long bed. So that bracket there has to be bolted. And then this bracket here. So we'll probably chew up these bolts. This bracket right here goes right there. And that's the idler. And then that's the swing arm. This is a swing arm bracket that goes right there. If I'm going fast, I apologize. This is how my brain works. And then that goes like that. And then he's got to get an e-brake cable as well. All right. Let's see. Carrier bearing. All right, hold on a second. Let's see. He's living with us now. Anthony, beyond nice. Yeah, any idea? Oh, yeah, hold on a second, Nathan. I'll tell you. The engineering. Yeah, it's nice. I don't want to afford those kind of activities. Got to Carolina on order. Put the power to pay me in. I want to buy one of your cars when I get out of debt. This ain't mine. Stephen, Mr. Collins, this is not mine, it's a client. Rock fan. What's up, Mac? Carrier Baron. Yeah. All right. So Nathan asked a question. Nathan asked what kind of rack and pinion this thing was. Hold on, Nathan, and I'll tell you. Hold on, buddy. Hold on, buddy. All right. So on page number 9, man, I feel like yesterday it was 80 degrees. Today it was like 40. Yesterday I had shorts on, and the black hairs on my leg, I looked like lemon pepper shake and baked chicken. Because I had pollen all over my legs, looked like daggone drumsticks. Like, all right, so, all right, Nathan, so the steering rack, what do you say? Jesus, life of my ass, Jesus Christ, people's comments are fucking wild. Her, anyways, clean work, my guy. You in Utah? Hey, I talked to Monster Transmission today in Utah. I was wondering how many hours it took you to assemble. How many hours it took me to put all that stuff on? Or you want to know how many hours it took me to put that on, or how many hours it took me to mock it up? You want me to, what part do you want to know? How many hours it took me to do what I done today? Is that what you're asking me? Or how many hours it took me to do the front end? Okay, Nathan. So the rack and pinion is a OE type 1979 to 1993 Mustang. So it's a 79 to 93 Mustang is what the center rack is. That's what it is, Nathan. So it says, and see right here, yeah, so right here it says, the steering rack included with this suspension is based on a Fox body Mustang. The rack has 9/16, 18 pressure ports, 5/8, 18 return. Adapter fittings will convert the rack to a 6AN or Detroit speed rack fittings, part number, and it says custom AN hose will be needed. A Saginaw power steering pump is often standard pump, is suitable for use for a 5/8 inverted flare on the pressure side, and an Earl's Performance, and they give you a part number, equivalent part number to a -6N. If everybody don't know what a 6AN is, AN is Army Navy. So -6 is 3/8. So it's Army Navy. Power steering cooler hose suggested while returning the line to any vehicle will see significant road. All right, so I also told him that he needs to run a power steering pump cooler. It's suggested in return with the line with any vehicle that will see significant road course or track course race. Randy Jones, I don't discuss hours or anything like that. I don't discuss money, hours, or anything like that on here. It's just, I just don't. You can email me or text me and we can talk about it. I just don't do it live. Any more questions on this stuff? Yeah, Pinto, Mustang 2 are the same? Yeah. 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 All right, yeah, here's the, so let me turn this around right here for you. So right here we hadn't got this far yet because I don't have rear end, but right there gives you an idea. That gives you an idea. You got those brackets, then you got those turnbuckles, and then you got the sway bar, and then you got these brackets right here that cradle the rear end, and then you got the sway bar So we're probably gonna use all the bolts. We're probably gonna use them all. Yeah, right here it says hardware kit for rear sway bar. Yeah, right there. Look, 2, 4, 6. That's 2, 4, 6. That's 10, 14, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. So there's 32 pieces right there. So yeah, that's where they're at. I was like, man, that's crazy. Oh yeah, and look, you got this anti-squeak stuff. You got to use that. And then these shims right here are for the shocks. These shims right here are for the shocks as well. These shims right here, they, not on these, on the fronts. So these actually go in here like that. So it don't do that. See, I don't have them in there because it's just mocked up right now. But these right here they go in there like that on both sides. So that's that on that. So, yep. Look, carnage. Look, carnage. Look, snapped. Look, two carnage. Look, y'all see that right there? Broke. Y'all boys got any more questions? Oh yeah, well, here's some more instructions. Yeah, this is the rear. And see, I'll keep all this. I'll keep this in my file. Oh, right here, see, here's the rear. So look, you got, so you got 8 and 8, that's 16. So that's 32. And there's 8 and 8, that's 16 again. So you got 4 and 4. Yeah, so we're going to use all those bolts. You got all these brackets here. Yeah, see right here, figure 9. I'm hoping they don't cut that stuff off with the rear end shop. And then that stuff locates everything on there. Yeah, sure do, man. All right, right here's the rear end. See, here's the shims. So you got an 1/8 inch spacer. So you got spacers in the back. So we got those, we'll use those. And then you got the torque arm bracket. You know, it mounts to those 2 lower bolts and the 2 higher bolts. And then this one bolts to the pinion. And then this one right here bolts to the pinion right there. What's up, cars? Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah, right there. That's what I was telling you. Mercy. So you got 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got 5 right there. Oh, here's a better picture right here. Y'all see that? So here it is with the rear end. So you got this bar that goes from the driver's or the passenger side to the driver's side, then from the driver's side back down to the rear end. So that would almost be like a Z bar, right? It looks like the letter Z. And then you got the sway bar at the bottom, and then you got the coilovers. So you got these brackets that bolt down. So you got 1, 2, you got 4, 8, 9, 10. You got 10 more bolts just to bolt the lower coilovers. So yeah, we're going to use up these bolts. How many filing cabinets do you have? I got a lot. How many filing cabinets do you have with all the? I got a lot. I got a lot of that. I probably got 2 filing cabinets. I save all these instructions, man. All of them. All of them. So, any other questions? I talked to Monster. We'll talk something about a little different. I talked to Monster Transmission today about a 4L. I was asking them what transmission to put behind a 600 horsepower 6.0. And they told me that they suggest running a 4L85E. And I said, really? They said, yes. The They said a 4L. They said their 4L85E was rated at 850 horsepower and 850 horsepower, 750 foot-pounds of torque. And I'm like, really? And they said it has a 3 or 6 year warranty as long as you're not drag racing or cutting up or nothing like that. And you do a break-in period. So they said with their kit, you get the transmission, the torque converter, and all the goodies for X amount of dollars. And I said, man, that's a deal. That's a deal. Now, if you don't have a core, if you don't have a 4L85 core, they charge you $500 for a core. Because he said that's how much it costs them to buy a virgin core, like a blank. They said it cost them $500 to buy a blank. So y'all might want to check out Monster Transmissions, because if you go to the junkyard, and I'm not disputing none of this, because people do it, but here's what I'm talking about. If you go to the junkyard and you get a transmission and you take it to a transmission shop and you have them build it, I know 2 transmission shops right now that will do bench work, right? They'll do bench work, but they give you no warranty. There's no warranty on the transmission. None. Now, they've been in business a long time, but there's no warranty on the transmission. So they don't give you a warranty, and they don't sell a torque converter. And there's no warranty. And the price difference between Monster Transmission, you get a torque converter and a 3-year warranty, and you can buy an extra 3-year warranty where you can get a total of 6. So you get a torque converter and a 3-year warranty for a brand new transmission. And it's not that much difference between going to here, for me, I don't know about where you're at, I'm just saying me. And they said it takes 4 weeks to get it. So if I order one today, they said you get it in 4 weeks because it's racing season and stuff like that. So if I ordered a 4L85 today to bolt behind a 6.0, it's for 850 horsepower, 750 foot-pounds of torque. I got 3 choices of torque converters. I wrote it down right here. I get 3 choices of torque converters. I can get a 1800 to 2200, a 2600 to a 2800, or a 2800 to a 3200 stall. I got it right there on my little handy dandy notebook. What's up, John? What's up, John? All right, John, since you tapped in, big word transmission. That's big word like mayonnaise. No, it's not for built. No, it's not for built. Why do we have a can of Rust-Oleum on the table? Right here, this. I got to paint some windshield wipers. Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with this. I've used this before. There ain't nothing wrong with that. And then this right here is caliper paint. I got to paint some windshield wipers and some plastic. So that's what that's for. Look at that, John. John, look at that, John. Look at that. What do you think about that, old John? It's nice, ain't it? I'm waiting on the calipers. The rotors. I'm waiting for all the rotating assembly. And it's based off 3rd gen Camaro. So all this stuff that's on the outside. Oh, yeah, this thing's going to be a damn rocket ship. Yes, so it's 2.5-inch drop spindles. And then the springs. It's going to be low. It's going to be low. It's going to be low. So look, let me tell you something. So the client was telling me, they told me what kind of wheel they wanted. They said they wanted to run an 18-inch wheel, but they didn't want to run no lip, right? he didn't want a lip, right? So there's a particular wheel that I really like. Concave, right? I like the concave wheels, right? So the concave wheel is sunk in, like concave, right? So you just got a bare lip, but then it's concaved in, right? So I was telling this guy, I sent him a text message, and I said, hey, look, here's a wheel, not the actual cut. Now, here's what's crazy, right? I said, here's a wheel that I think would look good on your truck. And we can work on the colors or whatever, right? And I sent him the picture of the wheel, and I said, this is a concave wheel, and it has like a 1-inch lip, but it's concaved in, right? And we can run 18s on the front, 18 by 8s on the front, 18 by 12s on the back, if we can get an 18 by 12. And I sent him the picture of the wheel, the rim, right? Man, he texts me back, and he says, man, that is too crazy, because look what my friend did with his computer. He did a computer rendering of his truck. And I ain't gonna lie to you, he put the same damn wheel, same color and everything that I sent him. He's like, my friend just did this over the weekend. And he's like, man, y'all thinking the same way. I really like that idea. And then he said, I'm really glad that I brought my truck to you. So, yeah, crazy. I mean, it's exact same wheel. The exact same wheel. Same color and everything. Same color, same everything. And this guy he don't even live in the state of North Carolina. So I don't even know who his friend is. But I thought that, you said 3rd gen Camaro center set or offset. No. This setup right here from QA1 runs Camaro rotors, calipers, bearings. So this spindle here is based off of a 3rd gen Camaro. So this thing's running Camaro brakes, 3rd gen Camaro. The rotors, the calipers, the bearings, and all that. What's up, Big Fish? Well, I'm telling you, right here it is, Big Fish. This is what you'd be putting on your wife's truck right here. This is it. This is it right here. This is it right here, look. 65 to 72. This is the exact same kit that you'd be putting on your wife's stuff, Big Fish. This is for 1965. Yeah, ain't that what it says? Yeah, 1965 to 1972 F100. You know, this is exact kit that you'd be putting on there. Yep. Sure is. The exact kit. So these are the engine mounts. These are this is for a 351 modified, but he's having it stroked out to a 427, and he's running a Tremec 5-speed. Power steering, sway bar, and then the back, I don't know if you've seen that, but this is the back. So that's all that back there. Oh, yeah, it needs a G80. Yeah, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. Hey, that'd be cool. That'd be cool. Hey, look, we got 29 people and 29 thumbs up. Can we get one more thumb up? We got 29. We got 29 and 28. So we got 29 people watching and 28 thumbs up. I forgot. I forget you were setting the engine and getting. Yeah, I wasn't. Yeah, Mac. I wasn't doing nothing but the chassis. Now I'm doing all of it. Here's the wiring harness. Here's the wiring harness right here. he had this, here's the wiring harness, 67 to 72 Ford truck kit, 510368. So here's the wiring harness right here. I got something special for this too. I should have done this on the Impala. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not happy with the Impala. I'm really not. I'm not happy with the wiring. I should have took the factory. I should have took the wiring that was in it, and I should have just ripped every bit of it out and ordered and just got a new one, because that's what I just should have done. I won't never do it again. Lesson learned on that. I got something special for this right here. I got something special, and I got to give credit where credit's due. I got to give credit where credit's due. Let me tell you this right here. Let me give credit's due where credit's due. Cars in the Cut, I told him that I wanted to do better on wiring, on the plugs and stuff like that. And Cars in the Cut took time out of his day, and he sent me a list, and even the links where to buy these ends. I don't even know what they're called. Cars knows what they are. He can drop it down in the comments if he wants to say what it is. These plugs are modular. That's a big word, like mayonnaise. They are super nice. And everything will be modular. Everything will be weather pack plugs. Everything will be super, super, super nice. I want to invest in myself, to surround myself with people smarter than me, to has more resources than me, to push me to be a better person today than I was yesterday, and to turn out a better product. And the only way to do that is stop circling the toilet. Stop circling the toilet and surround yourself with people that are better than you and have more information in different fields. I know a lot of people say stuff to me. I know a lot of people say, oh, damn, JG, you smart. Yeah, I am. But I'm also learning every day. So this wiring harness, if you want to look up and see how much this wiring harness is, look it up. 510369. Look it up. I want to make this wiring harness even nicer. So when you get to these ends and you're supposed to do like they say right here in this kit, crimp them, do all that stuff, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to crimp nothing. I don't want to do any of that stuff. See, it even tells you how to proper crimp wires. I appreciate that, Mac. I don't even want to do that. I want to make everything like they are, like it is in vehicles, plugs, where everything is plugged together, where you can unplug something and remove it and then plug it back up. I don't want to hardwire anything anymore. None. I want to be able to do it the nice. I want to do it nice. Right? Nice. The reason why I'm telling you cars is because I got people that call me and ask me questions, and I still give information out. And then they go on YouTube, TikTok, and Facebook, and then they do the information that I gave them and don't even give nobody credit. They claim it as their own. It's like Willie Rebuild said the other day in one of the videos. You didn't know how to do that. You took the information from me and claimed it as your own. When I'm the author of it, and you claimed it as your own, you are, you know what you're doing? Plagiarism. You're plagiarism. And then somebody's going to say, well, that's what YouTube is for everybody to get information. That is exactly right. YouTube is an information highway. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. But if you learn something from somebody that you didn't know, and you do a video of it, and you claim, well, look what I figured out how to do. You didn't figure that out. Somebody showed you. Even if you watch some random person on TikTok or YouTube or Facebook, you are to say, hey, I seen this on Joe Blow's TikTok page, and I thought this was pretty interesting, and do that. What's up, Elko? Yeah. That's right, Mac. That's right. That's right. That's right. You exactly right. You exactly right. So, and I'm going to I've even talked to cars on how to run the wires down the frame rail to secure them in something where they're not at risk to get damaged or anything like that. Got to run brake lines, got to run fuel lines. He's got a custom fuel tank coming from Solus Innovations out west. I got to cut this piece off right here. The fuel tank comes all the way up to here, then it C-notches around this, and then it comes back up and it goes all the way there. It's 21 gallons. And this truck's going to be carbureted. It's getting a 850 Demon carburetor from Holly. So this thing will be carbureted. And then that's what that is. So I'll have to run the fuel lines. Even though it's carbureted, I don't know if he wants to run hoses. Oh, that's awesome, Mac. I don't know if he wants to run fuel hoses or if he wants to run hard line. I don't know what kind of fuel lines he wants to run, but whatever he wants to run, I'll run it. I don't know if he wants to run nickel brake lines or stainless brake lines. I don't know. We'll just have to see on that. But look here, boys and girls, we've been on here 59 minutes, and y'all know the rules. I really appreciate everybody tapping in. I know I hadn't been live in a while, but I got a lot of stuff going on. I got stuff on the C10. I got stuff ready to spray. Now the pollen is in full effect, so I got that. I talked to the guy about the air conditioner for the 63 Impala. I got that. I got to get to the powder coaters before Friday to pick up the stuff for the box truck for the powder coating stuff that's done for that. We got the lowering kit coming for the 72 C10. It's on its way. Got all the brakes and stuff for the front of that. So we're going to have to put drop spindles and brakes, and we're going to lower this thing. So we got that. We still got to do compression tests and stuff on the engine on that. Man, there's a lot of moving parts, man, a lot of moving parts. A lot of moving parts. A lot of moving parts. Well, boys and girls, I appreciate every single one of you. I'm going to go check everything out, do my chores for the evening. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Hit that notification bell, boys and girls. And remember what I said. Don't worry about the man up the road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody. What's up, Ola? What's up, Maui? What's up, Hawaii? Hold on a second. Okay, John, I'll holler at you. A lot of people nowadays see work like this and say, hold on a second. Reaper John says, a lot of people nowadays see work like this and say, that must cost a lot of money. True, but what they don't see is all the love and hard work that goes into it. You know what, Reaper John? It's funny that you say that, Reaper John. I'm gonna close this episode with this right here. Somebody commented on one of the videos about this QA1 stuff, and they said basically, I'm gonna paraphrase it. They said that's a waste of money putting that on that type of chassis. You should just got an aftermarket chassis or whatever, blah, blah. I don't know what they was talking about. Most of the time, the people that bitch and complain about it can't afford it anyway. Remember I said, boys and girls, don't worry about the man up road or down the road. Sweep off your own front porch while sweeping off anybody else's. Put God first, let loose and dry. Peace and chicken grease. I'm out.